Here with Coach Hagans as we enter an exciting season for him as the indoor season gets going that will lead into the outdoor. Coach, just kind of lead us into what your thoughts are and how you're approaching this season.
This season, we've done a little bit more than what we've done in the past in preparing the athletes to get ready for this indoor season and outdoor season. It was a mandatory weightlifting session, strength and conditioning training that they've done in the fall. In the past, it hasn't been mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So since we made it mandatory, we've had a lot more participation. Obviously, when kids want to be a part of a program, they're going to be a part of it whether they want to or not. So they came to the training, and we had 53 come to the training. Throughout the week, we had 4 sessions for non-cross country athletes. So they came through 4 days a week, and then that was an exciting part, just to see them go in and train, and Coach Nash taking that on, as into his schedule outside of recruiting and everything else that he does to manage them in the weight room.
What individual or what races you have an idea of your schedule right now at this point? Like, when do you get started?
Well, our first competition for some of our kids will be on the 28th of February, 28th of January, which is the Finley Classic. It is an open competition, so we can enter many people into each event that we want, and they'll get to show what they've done in their preseason training through this winter time right now, and see what they've got. Of course, they'll have 2 weeks of practice before that, and we get to see and evaluate them and make any changes that we have to make in their training.
You got a lot of talented athletes. I know one, Shariah Hester. Could you talk about her and her development?
Yeah, Sharia is a great athlete. She can be a lot better, and she's been taking the steps this year to make that happen. Last year, she was a 200, 400 qualifier in the Nationals. She had run a second faster than she ever had in her high school days. She ran a 57 point this year in the 400, and broke our school record in the 200 and the 400. So she made some huge steps last year, but she'll probably make even bigger steps this year because she's doing what she needs to do this year at an early time to get started with training. I would also say that Joshua Kless, he's from Georgia. He's a thrower. I think he's going to break some records maybe in this first competition that we have. He's done really well in the shot put. He'll do well in the weight as well for indoor. And then when it becomes outdoor, there's going to be the hammer, the discus, and the shot, where I believe he'll excel in all 3 events.
So when you look at last year compared to this year, what's one area you think your team is going to show most improvement?
I would say the throws. Last year we only had 1 thrower, and he was unable to compete all through the season. This year we have over 10 throwers, and they're going to make a huge impact with the program and scoring points in the later competitions, which are more important.
You got some good awards here in the last week. Could you explain the student athletes that won those awards and what that was all about?
Absolutely. Christina Wimsatt, she was the winner of the Collegiate Female Athlete of the Year, which is a huge thing for us here at Lindsey Wilson, because it's not often that we get recognized for things that we do here. But the USA Track and Field and the Kentucky Track and Cross Country Coaches Association deemed her necessary to win this award. She did multiple events last year in lots of competitions. She did the 100, she did the long jump, the triple jump, the high jump, the 4x1, the 4x4. When you have an athlete that can do that many events and excel in all those events, she's very well deserving of an award such as that. Now, the other athletes that received awards were race walking awards. Nicole Furnish, her first name is Megan, but she goes by Nicole. She did exceptionally well last year. From the first indoor competition to the second indoor competition, she dropped almost 2 minutes on her time. So with race walking, she walked 3K by the end of the season at 14:43, I believe, or 14:45. When she started, she couldn't break 19 minutes, and that was two and a half years ago. So she's done really well over the past couple of years. And she was an All-American also in her first showing at the National Championship. She was 4th place, and 6th places are All-Americans. Now, the other 2 race walkers are Ricardo and Roberto Vergara. They're from Texas. They've been with us since the freshman year. They've done some good things, but I think they're going to end up doing some great things, especially Ricardo. He ran with us for cross country. Robert did as well. However, Ricky showed more stamina in cross country. He broke his PR by over a minute in cross country, and that usually transfers into race walking season very well. I believe that he's probably going to go about mid 12s to upper 12s in the 3K for indoor, and later in the 5K, probably 22 minutes.
All right, well, that sounds awesome, Coach. I want to thank you for joining us. And that's been Lindsey Wilson head coach Edwin Hagans. And thanks for joining us on LWC All Access.